Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true
What the hell? Wait. Bro, weren't we supposed to go to Lue Harvard for the quest? I think I started the wrong quest again. Let's just skip the chit chat. Oh. Oh. So I need to like take it to level 8 before I can do anything else. Okay. You guys know what I mean by that. 10,000 moonlight miles. Okay, moonlit miles. Whatever. Okay, let's just roll. Let's pull on the standard banner. We only get cash on this, so I never expected much.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
Kazuha will die. Kazuha will die.
We're almost at Way High Pavilion.
Okay.
Hey, do you think? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
She went missing.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Menacingly.
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet.
But why?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One does not wish to trouble her.
Fair enough. Makes
Cloud Retainer?
Oh,
Oh, busted.
Is that lady someone you know?
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ga.
Thank you, Huixin.
She actually dropped
Been a
everything.
while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today?
Gonna get a lot
And
of
Cloud
scolding
Retainer,
from
too.
her.
It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Huh?
Seems she's not buying it.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after
She's
so
a
many years
tsundere,
of only
guys. We
seeing
have a
one's other
tsundere on
form.
her hand.
But recognizing you is, my...
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only...
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important. Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super.
Oh, is that so?
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself
I understand.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion... it still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless,
I'm not
so one
gonna
will
skip
refrain from
through
going
this.
into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since
I'm
the last
taking
time
a
we
little
spoke.
break. I need something.
If you ever need
a
anything,
shirikuko.
please just come find me at High Pavilion.
I'll be right back.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu...
Xianyun?
Ah, I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
Yes. She's the
And what
strongest
of it?
of the
Did
all.
you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and death. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren... The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people...
Wow. That's incredible!
Yes,
Mortal
she
records add
is.
embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely with one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not...
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world.
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration? Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work?
Well, I don't know
Is she
about
allowed time
her,
off during Lantern Rite?
but my monthly remuneration is 0. Or even one may say it's in negative bounds.
That is a lot of questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Shangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult. Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you around, Ganyu! don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
Huh. She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now. Is it because...
Time to go. Time to go.
जिस राह पे है घर तेरा
Time to go.
अक्सर वहाँ से हाँ।
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady.
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes.
You do it.
No, no, no.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
think
get
you
your
should.
ass kicked.
Wait, she's coming.
What
by
can I get
her
for you today?
mother.
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering.
What would you like to order?
2 servings of Mora meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Welcome. It's been a while.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xianyun.
Master?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Aw.
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. Hardly. One simply learned...
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon, the lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Woohoo!
It is just as one expected. The owner of one... Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by...
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually just...
Oh, how should...
Oh, a sensible plan. One...
And you, Master? How have you been?
Just don't make Zhongli come in to save you. Everything
Simply
else is fine.
marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company.
I see. Just as expected.
She is complaining about being lonely, you idiot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit.
Oh, you did?
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue,
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master?
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
She bought a bike to a race.
Oh, you
With a
refer to
doggy?
the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh,
I
it
need it.
boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might
I
best
need it.
me
I
in a
need that
contest of
bike.
locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly,
Master, that was the end of that story.
is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators?
Have you been lonely,
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that Illumini. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the...
To me, they are both Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
And the other one is the cute.
One finds
cutie
oneself exalted
of
yet
the
again with
Adepti
sweet
world.
words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your work. This is not to say that your work...
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego was about to burst.
Do you have any empty tables?
Yeah. सर पे बैठ गया मेरे.
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
हाँ अभी बना के देती है. शान है जाएगी बनाने.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
All right, good luck with the lunchtime run.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
Shanna is much more dependable than Ganyun. Ganyun just leaves her work and shit. She's not mature. Shanna is more of
So
an
much
adult.
yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
One is fond of all kinds of delicate... The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
I'm sorry, miss, but
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells so delightful. Can we...
well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone.
Okay, I'll...
Oh wait.
Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so... Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with... No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young. Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much...
She knows Cloud Retainer. She knows
Granny?
that.
Why don't you take a seat?
Huh. Have what?
No.
Anticipated meeting then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order...
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground.
No, not this again. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people... Right, that's what Paimon was thinking. I... need help? Oh, do you mean... Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that they died young. Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and Wow, you're really tough. You're too kind.
And me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no...
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
Huh, you're right.
Aw.
Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person...
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I...
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on?
As one said, fate must have brought us together.
Are you sure? Paimon's Paimon.
Just Xianyun is fine.
Thank you all so much
Xianyun.
for offering to help. But first...
Xianyun.
Oh, we don't need any
Xianyun.
payment for this.
Her name is Xianyun.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we... All we have to go off is that dream.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have...
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny...
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below.
Okay,
Emerald
might have
Mountain
an
Stream.
once when I was
know
really little.
which is it.
My dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster. If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or... A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinto knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Are you leaving already?
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Street...
Street Word Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
I'm gonna shift monitors now as there's a reason for that. Like, I will tell you guys. The other monitor right is in front of my eyes when I'm looking sideways and my legs are side at a side. I'm lying down, so it's much easier for me to look at this one. Let me see if I can change it. Can I? Auto lock 4-star weapons. I don't think I can change my screen like that. What should I do then? My neck is starting to hurt a bit. Let's see how many pulls do I have. I only have one right now.
It's you two. What brings you here? Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something. That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a... Nameless? That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountain. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. Thanks a lot, Shincho. It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I
This
did do
guy
a bit
reads
of
a lot.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her? Let me think. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character. You're well. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw. I've never understood why someone. We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to. That's a deal. Paimon feels like we just. Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought the crops withered, the streams ran dry. That sounds awful! Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine still. As terrible as that drought was, they say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions? We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time. It's no problem at all.
I can't wait to see my adorable daughter. Time to go.
assured, the chieftain's top priority.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straightward ping. What has amused you?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Is she
Nothing
shifting
save for
to
some
Louis?
trivial matters.
I
Have
no
you
idea. Is
unearthed
she
any
shifting
useful
her?
details?
Shinjo has a theory, but let's save it.
Do not be troubled.
What do you think, Shuyu? Does it match up with what... According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from... I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in her attic full of a bunch of weird I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains. Thoroughly won.
Is that so?
Thank you.
Okay, since we have the time, sure thing. What would you like to know? I have a secret I want to tell you. What's wrong? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. Oh! About that. Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, must have been a slip of the tongue. Xianyun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to...
One is indeed an adeptus.
Huh? I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too... So, I just kind of wanted to ask... A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative.
That's weird. Was it real? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first. Okay, I'll go get Granny.
for this place? Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the... I believe I used to have a room here. It had a...
I'll come with. Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she... Whoa! Shell! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the foe.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always
She
as
did her dirty.
ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she...
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still when dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world? A mortal form is hardly the most fitting of...
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago, when she decided to don her human form.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay? Back then...
Perhaps this conversation should end here. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer...
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember...
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago.
Huh. So what Shinto said was true! You did fall...
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process.
Next location. Next location. Oh, there isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate,
Oh, we're gonna have to fight. Just if we could help some help from Cloud Retainer, that would be
A hunter becomes.
Do you remember anything about...
Let me think. But I don't think I stayed here too.
Got it.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you! Then Paimon will help herself.
I don't... Still, I was thinking...
Huh?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I used to play that game a...
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that, Granny? We only played a few times, and we stopped once we realized I was no good at the whole seeking part.
Ah, is that so? Then I must be mistaken.
Not here then. Let's try somewhere else.
Okay, let's change my sitting posture. Oh, we have 2 viewers on YouTube. Hello, whoever you are, welcome to the stream. Please subscribe and do follow or like. Whatever.
Let the show begin.
Follow the wind.
Can I do this? I cannot activate my elemental burst midair. Makes me think which characters can do that midair while falling or plunging. Maybe Xianyun can.
Paimon sees an abandoned house! Why don't we take a break over there?
This place.
It's the one where I used to live.
Did
Isn't
you
it?
remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength. I remember that night. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you...
Sin? Oath?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, all right. Let's not stand around any longer.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be...
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not?
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny Wendai?
Let me see. How strange. Have I
Lived
here before? When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Wendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you two.
Yeah, you are a disappointment.
It's alright. We're not
Bye.
going to give up yet. We'll figure...
Thank you. If only... Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh?
Nahi.
Isn't that Mount Outsang? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsang. Mount Outsang.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Outsang,
What am I?
What am I really?
You
Mount
are in half
Outsang holds some
Adepti.
familiarity to you?
Because you drank Adepti blood,
It
you
does,
beast.
but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head... It feels...
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Out...
But...
Fret not. All will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart.
Wait, really?
I
Bro,
never leave anything to chance.
that
All will reveal.
fucking thing above my head. Let's fight it first, and then we go. Oh, thanks for dropping.
Take flight! Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
What?
Look at it sparkle! Shine down! Wind Strider!
My stamina was actually refilling as I was going through that. That's crazy. I never realized that when you go through that loop, your stamina recovers.
What's this thing you've prepared?
Here, this is it.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and ease soothing agitation and anxiety.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! We could have come to Mount
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, that we Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have lived.
Paimon thinks she can.
As previously mentioned.
Oh, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm
And you, Yuendai, is the mechanism. It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie.
Where you go, I go. What
The
you
drought
say
is
I
over.
say.
But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's...
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a...
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so...
Granny! Granny?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have...
Wait! Did you just call her by her full name? You already knew each other?
Yes. I know. Granny, please don't cry. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had...
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth...
No, it's okay. Shuyu, everyone, Please, Granny, don't force yourself. I know, dear child. Some time ago, I made it.
Is this the sin that you mentioned?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for... I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloudrich, though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings and...
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, but I was still far. She warned me that the...
Oh no. So that was... Was it because of...
Indeed. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about... I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash.
Oh no. What happened?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, but that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became... Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed... Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a...
Granny!
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills can cut... Master, don't tell me...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wish.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive...
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own.
Oh, wait! Paimon's come... So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest.
When she knew who she was, she could have just simply helped us clear this quest, but no, she will do the fucking Cloud Retainer thing.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses. In truth, one had more, but soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiency, wishing to grant you a life without regrets. One gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. As for how to deliver the medicine, After much, one took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of
Look at
recognition.
her.
One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
डाल दूंगा.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
Yeah! Skyward!
Make way for the Adeptus!
Stray clouds converge!
Where you go, I go.
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly... Said godly remains, in turn, were likely... One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully to see you happy. Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Just as Yuendai troubled one with her end, upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than a... It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered... Perhaps fate brought you two to... Now all... One owes you an apology, Yuendai. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with... Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictional. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful.
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be—
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. What? 40 years ago, you chose a path. Fortunately, you were able to avoid.
So,
One will help her.
she's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done— I don't know how I could possibly
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a Don't forget to eat well, okay?
I promise.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become— I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that— That's a good girl.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise.
That's a good— I'm so sorry, Master.
Where you go, I go. What you see, I see.
Xianyun.
Let her be. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time
they
to
did
rest.
not just
Take a nap
use
if you
that
must.
word.
One will wake
Fuck
you
them.
in due time.
Why is that the Geo Traveler? Yeah, now go and find your sister instead of doing stupid
I always
things.
believed we would see each other again. That our days of separation would finally end. And all my troubles would be behind me.
I don't think you guys will live in this world after finding each other, like getting together back together. You won't live in this world. You are from ancient day. Lumine had white.
If only things could stay this way.
Power.
Forever.
Lumine's stone were white, Aethers were yellow. So I think Lumine had her original power in his dream. That's something to look at.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Bro, I'm eating and catching all of them all the time.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
True, mommy. For the ether.
Huh?
Yeah.
Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why I was able to have a pleasant dream, because you
Paimon
bitch was
wasn't talking
sleeping.
to you, but... Madam... Oh, Xianyun, you're awake! I feel... Madam...
Oh. And have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong, but... Without that mistake, even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot I could become a cool adeptus like you, and help a whole bunch of people, just like...
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough.
Thank you so much, Madam Adept. Xianyun, are you... Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Chinchin and... If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Min Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary...
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain fine... That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shu Yu shall have the honor of becoming...
Whoa! You're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shen... One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is... just a bit shocked, that's all.
One will be assuming the idea...
Don't worry.
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various... One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet...
A sensible plan. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspensus somnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation.
Awesome! Hey,
Oh, well,
didn't
we
we
can
promise
have
Shincho
something,
that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
I would just sit here, look at her, and change the time. Where you go, I go. What you see, I see. Boom, 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 doom, doom, doom.
Time to go.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such...
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked I have to be careful, yes.
We're here, Clow! Miss Xianyun, what are you...
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years.
Several...
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see. Passed down over...
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your... Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to...
Whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to...
An expert, you say?
Zhongli. I know he's Zhongli.
Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Travel...
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Xianyun! You got a new album! Mm-hmm. Master made it for me.
She's gonna be a playable character soon if she has...
You know how to make
she's
clothes?
wearing a... something like that.
Do I know how to make clothes?
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so...
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually...
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Now, this expert you mentioned.
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of...
Huh.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last...
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and...
so you...
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain...
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli.
Arre bas.
Not at
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship.
Ha! A preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capability...
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest! What fool would still harbor doubts after Miss... I deeply apologize for doubting you. So,
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
all right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house. Oh, very well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Shut up.
Huh,
Shut
hardly.
up, both of you. Shut up.
It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple layered. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Shu Yu, come now. It is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli. That should be everyone, right? Let's go! Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
And so it is completed, and what the fuck? I'm getting 300 ping.
Hey there. Don't be shy.
Let's go to Mount Aokang. I think I know how to get Cloud Retainer. I'm gonna raise her up. Bro, what the hell? I am the hell fucking 500 ms ping. Hey baby, I've seen you bounce here and there. Let me make you bounce upon that thing. Now come up. At least give me a 4-star. At least.
Time to go.
Let's see what can we do now. What should we do? So I think Raiden's domain is available, I guess. Raiden's domain is also not available. Today is Thursday. What should we do then? We can go for Barbara. I don't wanna go for Barbara, but
a blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
what else do we play with? We can do Bennett. Bennett does great attack. Or we can do Fisher. We have a C6 Fisher, guys. Let's build Barbara then. What else can we do now?
La da 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 da.
I don't wanna waste. Let's try for Raiden's artifacts. I have a 500 ms. I shouldn't go into a co-op, right? Let's see.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. That hurts. Worthless. Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Take a moment to rest.
Time to go.
What is that guy doing?
Wind strider. As one with wind and cloud.
Share my knowledge.
Never again. Is this retribution? One with nature. Clouds high. The birds come. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
HP, EMER, CD. That's good.
The tides beckon.
Conquering. One with wind and cloud. Wind strider. Fallen limbs, adorn my night.
Shit artifact.
As one with wind and cloud. Time to go. Wind strider. Fallen weak.
Obey!
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. this blade.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy Hilly churl. Woo!
Shenhe or healer? I don't know. But if she fucking stop up over
Time to go. One with wind and cloud.
My will embodied.
someone is there.
In your dream.
This is the end.
What one shot?
Your master's bidding.
Transfiguration.
Let's see, what do we get? What did we get? ER. Not bad, not bad. Has left. Someone just left the world. He is using Kirara. Should I go with ride and wait? So strongly instead. It's better if I play this comp instead of the previous one, because now I can use my weapon.
Clouds high, the birds come.
The tongue aspect.
This is order.
Gather.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Solidify.
I will have order.
Quake.
If we go with double Geo, that's gonna be like crazy.
Stabilize.
Wind strike.
Order guide you. Silence.
As one with wind and cloud.
Be sanctified.
Wind strike.
This is order. Solidify! Bow your head.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Trash artifacts.
Gather! Order guide you! Let the mighty be humble! Rise! We have order!
Clouds high, the birds calm!
Quake! Rise! Order guide you!
Okay, I guess that was it for today. I streamed for like 5 hours and 31 minutes. Damn. That was a long stream for Twitch. I usually don't stream that for that long on like anywhere. That was nice. I mean, I think I'll be able to hit the stream goal of 6 hours in less than I expected.
This realm.
Yeah, shut up and give me money. Hey, Ningguang's friendship is going to be like max level soon.
If you ever have any questions about...
Hey, wait, Raiden wants to say something, I guess? Or is it her? I guess.
Hello. Is there some matter of importance you wish... As a matter of fact, the next time we have an important policy decision on our hands, I'd like you to get involved. Not exactly. I was thinking that you would be involved in the decision itself. I like your boldness of the world of commerce, all that you have experienced during your travel. I have no... Oh, after the decision is made, Leo is doing...
I guess it was not her, it was Raiden.
It's you. Perhaps you have come just...
Yeah.
Yes. I just so happen to have something that I would like to know how you make such delicious... I mean, they certainly seem to suit my taste. I see. By making adjustments along the way, you compile what... Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I see. Now that I've benefited from your experience, Haven't I However, with a more powerful shogun, I will be able to protect you from a myriad of dangers.
Okay. Yeah, back to 151 ms. That one. Okay guys, so that was it for today, I guess. Now I will see you in my next stream. Let me just get back to where I'm used to log outing. I will end YouTube stream first and wait for a few seconds, then end the stream.